What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and as you guys can see, man, update 4.0 is now officially live. I literally just logged in not even 2 minutes ago, and I decided I wanted to share my first impressions with you guys on these new uniforms because this is a major part of the update. It is the make it or break it for most people, myself included. Now, yesterday we got the patch notes which showed us the uniform bonuses, and they were not very impressive, not even close. But the make it or break it for these uniforms are going to be the skill changes, because the uniform bonuses for the majority of them, excluding Thanos, are not very good. But the aesthetics of the uniforms are all freaking amazing. Every single one of the uniforms aesthetically look amazing. So if they all get some amazing changes to their skills, that is definitely going to make them sell like hot cakes. I'm personally planning to pick up at least 5 of these. I don't know which 5 yet because I literally have not looked at them. But enough rambling, guys. Let's actually go into the uniform store right here, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts as I go through. I have not looked at any of them yet, so we're all gonna do this together. Keep in mind, this is not a full review. If you know anything about me, you know I like to review characters in depth, and I like to bring them in multiple different game modes, and that is what I'm going to do once I decide which 5 of these uniforms I'm going to pick up right out the gate. Not sure if I'm going to get all 10 of them because, like I said, the bonuses are not impressive, but if the skill changes are good, I might actually have to bust out my wallet and pick them all up. We're going to start from left to right, and we're going to go through this together, guys. So we're going to go through Captain America, and we're not even going to bother looking at the uniform bonus because we already went over that yesterday. But as you guys can see, 5 skill changes. That is amazing. Exactly what I would have wanted for Cap. Let's actually hope that some of these are really good. Let's take a look at it. So that's standard, the 3 seconds of damage immunity, that was already there. That looks like just damage. This right here looks like what he already had. And yeah, nothing really impressive, except as you guys can see right here on his new 5 skill, he actually has some ignore defense, and he buffs himself for 25% all attack. This is actually going to be a big part of this uniform. Right now, this is amazing, and this right here is making me want to buy the uniform. The uniform bonus is crap for sure, but just because of this 25% increase, that is a major thing for me right here, because Cap's DPS is the only thing that's bad about him. And it's not even like it's bad, it's good, it's just not top tier. So the fact that they know that and they put a 25% buff in here, this is really, really good. The ignore defense is going to help out some of the newer players, but let's actually jump into the skill preview and see what this looks like, man. So so Cap has his tier 3 skill right here, and it looks like it slowly charges up even while you're not doing anything, so that's cool. Let's actually test out his skills. So the 1 skill has a slight iframe, and that has the immunity on it. I really like how quick it is. The 3 skill looks woo! Okay, I was about to say it looks pretty standard where he does that jump, but he actually does a jump into an iframe and then a jump out of an iframe. That's actually really cool. Okay, so we're looking at 2 iframes already. Okay, let's take a look at the 2 skill. That's another slight iframe right there, ending in an iframe. Okay, that's 3 iframes. Okay, hold up. So 1 is an iframe, 2, yeah, is an iframe. Like, it's not a full iframe, but there's like 2 partial iframes there. 3 has a partial iframe as well. Like, that's crazy. 4 has a partial iframe. Oh snap, that 4 skill looks dope. Yo, Cap. Yo, Cap, my guy. Like, that's legit. Let's see the 5 skill. Oh, they did that Adam Warlock thing with his screen where when he, yo, I'm sold, guys. I'm sold. The uniform bonus is crap, but like, I'm sold just by looking at this. Like, this is dope. Like, I love this. And literally every single one of his skills has a slight iframe on it, and they're really, really fast. One thing about Cap without any uniform or without any of his other uniform on, you'll notice that he attacks pretty slowly, but this one is actually really, really fast. Every single one of his skills, you can just get them off so quickly. Let's take a look at the tier 3 skill now. Okay, we've seen that before. Okay, he charges it up. Oh, so he's just like a freaking battering ram, yo. That's sick. Okay, let's see how this charges up. So using your skills charges up faster, and I think like the stronger your skills are, the more, yep. So like when you use like the 5 skill and the 4 skill, you get more percentage towards your tier 3 skill. That's dope. Okay, here's what we're gonna do right here. We're gonna throw him in with his default look, and let's see what happens with the tier 3 skill right here. So okay, so even without the uniform, the percent values for the tier 3 skill still stacks up pretty quickly. That's cool. That's cool. Let's build it up and see what happens, because this was one of the things that I talked about in the initial patch notes, where I was saying that what are they gonna do when you don't have the uniform that you see in the tier 3 skill. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so they actually went back, and what they're gonna do, it looks like they're gonna make it so that every single tier 3 skill animates across all uniforms. That's actually really amazing. I was not giving Netmarble enough credit there, so salute to them for doing that. That is actually legit, guys. That's legit. And this Captain America uniform is legit, guys. Man has an iframe on every single skill. Not a complete iframe, obviously, so not 100% safe. And his skills attack pretty rapidly. On top of that, a freaking 25% attack buff. I'm sold, guys. I'm sold. Cap is going to be a whole new kind of freaking beast in that uniform. Let's jump out of here and take a look at one of the other uniforms. Like I said, not a full complete review, guys. It's just an overview, a first impression, mind you. Let's take a look at Iron Man, another character that desperately needs the help. His uniform bonus, definitely one of the best uniform bonus in this batch. Absolutely love how he looks. Like, he just looks sleek. It looks freaking awesome, okay? Definitely can't lie. Every single one of these uniforms, aesthetically, a win. Netmarble definitely knocked it out of the park with the aesthetics there. So, the 5 skill changes. This does bleed. That doesn't really do too much. Not too much there. We have, what is this? He has a summon now. Hold up, hold the phone, boys. We got a summon on Iron Man. Okay. And he has that freaking thing that Adam Warlock has, where he looks like he has a channeling skill that you can use while you're moving. That's actually interesting. We're going to take a look at that in a second. Another skill that you can use. Okay. Iron Man's getting all fancy. Okay, this is what we needed. So it's not 5 seconds, it's not premium, but he definitely got some damage immunity here. It's gonna make him pretty tanky, on top of his uniform bonus being on such a short cooldown. That's really, really good. Hopefully he gets the iframe treatment that Cap got. Let's jump in here, and we're gonna check out his skills, see where the iframes are, see how useful he becomes. So my guy's flying around, all good. Okay, so I don't see an iframe on the one there, but lots of movement. Lots of movement. That's good. Lots of movement. But it looks like we have super armor on the 1. Okay. All right. Hold up. Let's see the 3. Okay, the 3 looks like it's almost a full iframe. Actually, it's a full iframe. You just exit the iframe and then you get those summons. Okay, let's... Are they constant summons? Okay, there's 2 of them. No, there's 3 of them. Okay. It looks like there was more. But it looks like some of them are like bombs that explode. Yep. So he summons a whole bunch of stuff and attacks. And then you have some summons out for 10 seconds. That's dope. That's definitely amazing. That's even going to add to survivability, because you have freaking summons that you can use to draw aggro. It's just going to be interesting to see how much damage they do. Let's take a look at this. Oh, shit. This guy looks like a freaking transformer. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this reminds me of Riri, and everyone will have to agree that we all wanted Iron Man to at some point be pretty close to Riri Williams, and this right here is reminding me of Riri, but Iron Man looks way cooler, bro. Way cooler. Yo, that's legit. If you could channel this, that would actually be legit. They said something about the V-pad though. I thought you could, oh, you can control it. Okay, that's what they mean. So when you're moving, okay, when the skill's activated, you can move around in it and shit. That's dope, bro. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this iframe, okay, I've never seen this. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I've never seen an iframe where you can be in control while you're in the iframe. Take a look at the 3 skill. Like, I can literally move where I want to go. So if you're using the 3 skill on Iron Man, you don't have to go in like a full circle around the enemy. You can literally just freaking move wherever you want. Like, that's legit. I'm sold, guys. I'm 2 for 2 right now. Aesthetics and survivability and some really, really cool skills on Iron Man. I'm sold, guys. I'm freaking sold. This was one that I was gonna have to buy regardless, because the bleeding edge uniform, like armor, is one of my favorite for Iron Man, and they nailed it. It looks freaking awesome. Really awesome. Survivability is gonna definitely be there. One thing I have to say is I wish the damage immunity was a little bit longer, because if you take a look at this skill right here, when he's done, there's only a second left, right? But this skill is freaking legit. Definitely legit. Wish it was an iframe though. Wish there was another iframe in the kit. There's only what? I believe there's that 1 under 3. And that's about it. But the 2 skill, I was sleeping on it. But that is legit. This guy fired out some freaking Destructo disc looking shit. Like, is this Dragon Ball Z? Like, this is legit, guys. Legit. The only thing I would have liked is if he had a little bit more iframes in his kit or longer damage immunity on the freaking 5 skill. But this is legit and definitely getting purchased. Iron Man seems like he doesn't have his tier 3 yet. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at one of the other uniforms. So we're going to take a look at Black Widow, another one that I was expecting to be disappointed in. She only gets 4 skill changes. Let's take a look at the changes right here. Oh, so she still has the paralysis. That's amazing. That was a bummer for me, a really big bummer. If you guys watched yesterday's video, you know I was very, very upset about the fact that she was losing the paralysis that she has on this uniform. So that the fact that she has this is a win. It's a win right there. I'm going to take a look at these skill changes though and see what else. It doesn't really look like too much else. I already spoke to you guys about the bonus is not really that good. Let's take a look at the changes to the skills though. All right, so let's see what the new 5 skill looks like. And she doesn't have her tier 3 passive. I was expecting every single one of the characters from the Infinity War update to have their tier 3, but guess not. Okay, so it looks as quick as it was before. Just a slight iframe. It's a little bit longer than without any of the uniforms, because as you can see, when she lands, she's still in an iframe, so she's still pretty safe. The radius looks as good as it always was. Hold up, I just saw something there. Did she just move the radius with her? Did you guys see that? Look, when I move to the other enemies, there's like a freaking big blue circle on the ground that's moving with her. I'm not sure if the lightning is actually carrying over. Hold on, let me see something here. I'm going to use it on these guys up here and move. It looks like you can transfer the lightning just a few seconds after you land. Like if you land and then move towards newer enemies, it looks like you can actually chain the lightning onto them. That's actually really interesting. Okay, let's see one of the other skills. Okay, this looks like it's going to definitely be a Shadowland skill. It's better than her previous 4 skill, but since it's not an iframe and she doesn't have any kind of damage immunity, that's not going to be very safe. Still a very cool skill because you're in front of the enemy. And if you use it right after you use the 5 and stuff like Shadowland, you can definitely get it off fairly safe because they're going to be CC'd by all the lightning shocking them. So that's cool there. Really wish it was an iframe though, or at least partial iframe. I feel like all the iframe treatment got sent to Cap. I really like the 3 skill. I love it. The circle for movement, and it's a longer iframe than it was before. I wish that was an iframe. So she only has 2.5 iframes. Well, it's 3 iframes. 1 on the 3, 1 on the 2, and a 5. This is a win for me. It's a win. It's a win. It's a win. Widow always had decent damage. Just have to see what the damage is like on her 4, because before this, Widow's damage, all of it, pretty much all of the damage on her kit was in the 5. I really don't know why the circle just moves when I move, or if it's just moving on its own. So definitely a win for me. 3 for 3, guys. I gotta admit, these uniforms all look amazing and they're definitely good. They're good. I love the skill changes. Now Thor, this is like something like I was not expecting. I love how it looks. Like this looks freaking awesome. Okay, King Thor, my boy. Okay, so 6 skill changes. One of them is the passive, which basically got changed by the Ragnarok uniform as well, making it so that he gives himself 5% more lightning damage. Okay, bonus is basically the same, not basically, exactly the same. Let's take a look at the effects though. Doesn't look like anything really got added here. This is just, hold up, force of the, okay, so this is damage immunity, and basically it looks like they merged, so he lost the stun from this uniform, and it looks like they merged this into the new 5 skill. The shock damage looks like it got merged into the 5 skill. Yep, that's exactly what happened here. Okay, so let's take a look at the new loadout here for Thor. All right, let's see what the radius is like. Okay, radius is pretty damn good. It's a long iframe. I don't like that you waste a lot of the damage immunity inside the iframe. Since it's an instant iframe now, I would have really liked it if they changed it so that when he got out of the iframe, that's when the immunity kicked in, because that would have been perfection. But I really like the radius on this, and I love how freaking awesome it looks. Like, definitely looks like a beast. Okay, let's take a look at the new 3 skill. Okay, so the new, sorry, I went and used the 5 there. I'm just loving it. Okay, so the new 3 skill is not safe. Definitely something you want to use right after you get out of the 5 while you have the damage immunity up, because yeah, it's slow and no kind of safety behind it. Okay, so yeah, let's see the radius on it. The 5 skill is still going, guys. Okay, let's take a look at the 3 skill. Okay, so it looks like you can use it to CC the enemy though, so that's actually pretty good there. Has some CC, so it's not a completely useless skill, even though it's not that safe. I don't like this skill because of how slow it is. It reminds me of the Unworthy Thor uniform. This uniform is basically just reminding me of like Unworthy Thor, which obviously because of the hammer, right? Merged with Ragnarok, okay? Because my boy has the fade. So that's basically what it is. Okay, so we have an instant iframe, but it looks like there's a small gap in there. No, it's actually a full iframe. Yeah, full iframe. That's cool. Okay, so we have 2 iframes. That's it? No, I didn't use the 4 yet. Let's say the 4. Crap. So yeah, starts off slow like the Unworthy uniform, but there's an iframe at the end and they switch it up. Okay, so overall, I think this is good, and I think it's better than Thor Ragnarok. I have to say, I think it's better than Thor Ragnarok. There's a few things about it that I don't like, where the immunity starts right here, and I don't like how the 4 skill is just slow and sluggish. Reminds me of everything I didn't like about Unworthy Thor, because he's not safe. So yeah, definitely gonna pick this up though, because it's gonna be good for Thor. It's definitely gonna make him slightly better. I hope the DPS is better than Ragnarok. That's all I have to say. Now, one that I am super excited for, guys, Spider-Man. This is the make it or break it for me, because this is my 5 that I want to buy, right? 5 skill changes, that's a good start, okay? Not that Homecoming Spidey definitely did not need any skill changes. He just needed more damage, but 5 skill changes, I'll definitely take that. Let's take a look at these. So we got the webbing. That's good. We didn't lose any webbing there. That's good. We got web here again. That's good. Okay, so 3 skill, looks like nothing. And we got 2 seconds of web time on the 4. And we got a stun, a long ass stun on the freaking 5. Are you kidding me? So you mean to tell me this uniform now is basically going to have even more CC than ever before, because we have 4 seconds of stun here. So for those of you guys who run web immunity, Spidey just got an upgrade, because now, even if you're immune to web, he has a stun, like a longer stun. Like, he always had a stun, a slight stun, but a 4-second stun is freaking huge. On top of what? We got 2 seconds here, we got 1 second here, and another 2 seconds here. Keep in mind that once he's at tier 2, this gets increased. Like, that's legit. You have 5 seconds of web time on top of freaking 4 seconds of CC. It's a win already. It's a win already. I thought the Homecoming uniform was going to be forever an amazing PvP uniform, and I definitely think it still has a place, because the 4 skill right here, like, this thing is freaking nasty. Like, it's nasty, but bro, like 9 seconds of CC. 9 seconds of CC, you can't beat that. Like, that's legit. And it's a nice mix of web and stun. Like, that is legit, guys. Let's take a look at these skill changes though. Spidey, what are you saying, bro? Let's start off with this new 5 skill. Let's see what the range is. I'm gonna stand in the middle right here and see how many people we can hit with it, because the original 5 skill is kind of one dimension, where the enemy kind of has to be in front of you and you'll hit them with the stones. Let's see what this is like. Okay, so this is pretty one-dimensional as well, but let's see what it's like. Still an instant iframe. The stun looks like he has a big radius behind it. I really like. Oh, whoa! Did you guys see that? Hold on. Okay, so he pulls the stone to yo, look how far. Okay, so you mean to tell me that I can stun enemies that far away? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Okay, so these guys look like they didn't get stunned, but they still got the freaking all speed cut. Yes, okay. So there's a range on the stun, and the range on the stun is different than the all speed debuff. That's actually really cool. That's a really cool thing that they put in there. Let's take a look at the new 4. Oh snap, so the new 4 is pretty similar to the Homecoming, so they know what they did right with Homecoming and they slightly improved on it. It's not going to like completely stun lock and shut down the enemy like it does with the Homecoming uniform, where you just have those freaking debris that's forever freaking hitting you in the face, and even if you make it out of the web because you have web immunity, you're still getting guard breaking. Like, it's just insane. But this is definitely amazing because the range on the webbing is nasty. Okay, let's take a look at the 3. Oh, I love this new 3. That's dope. This reminds me of like Dr. Octopus kind of. Like, look at that. That's dope. And you're in an iframe the whole time. That's dope. Yo! I'm done, bro. Like, that's legit. That is legit, guys. Look at this shit. Yo! So you mean to tell me 1 is an iframe. Cool. 3 is an iframe. Okay. 2? Okay, 2 is not an iframe. 2 is not an iframe. They removed the iframe, the slight iframe that was there, but it has lots of movement, and I think it has webbing. Yeah. So yeah, that's nasty. 4 is an iframe, and 5 is an iframe. So 4 iframes, 9 seconds of CC, and an amazing skill that moves around a lot and freaking catches you. So even if you're all the way across the map, he'll just fly around and get you. Must buy. Must freaking buy. There is nothing else to say here. I can't wait for this man's tier 3 skill. Okay? 9 seconds of CC, 4 iframes, long iframes, mind you. Like, this is insane. 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 In freaking sane. Okay? Definitely a must buy for me. Now Groot. Groot is back to being a combat type. Okay? 5 skill changes. Okay. So the only way this can supersede Baby Groot for me is in damage. Because Baby Groot has amazing survivability and he's cute as hell. So let's actually take a look at these. So we have 2 seconds of bind and we got that heal. Okay. Okay. So I think we're losing a heal. Yeah. His 5 skill doesn't have a heal on it anymore. So we're losing a heal. Keep in mind, Baby Groot has 3 heals. And now we're losing a heal. He's still going to have the heal from his tier 2 passive, but he's not going to have a heal on the 5 skill anymore. Now, this is where shit gets interesting, because if he's losing a heal, he's losing survivability. Let's see what the new 5 skill looks like. We're going to test the range right here. So we're going to put him in the middle and see if it's one-dimensional or if it's a full area of effect. Right here is good. Okay, so it's one-dimensional and it's just in front of you, but I think I missed something there. Okay, we have stun on it. How long is the stun? There's 2 seconds of stun. And we got Rocket, Gamora, and it looks like Star-Lord is up there missing. Okay? This looks cool. This looks cool. However, to justify not having that heal, I think we're healing, you know. I think the heal is just not listed because I see some little spores. The heal might just not be as big as it was before. So, to justify losing the heal, if we are indeed losing the heal, we are most definitely going to need a lot of damage behind this. This is an iframe too, so that's good. We're not losing the iframe there. Let me see something. Can I move? Okay, we can move, I believe, just after the iframe ends. I'm going to try to get out of here. Yeah, so just after the iframe ends, you can move. Otherwise, you can just stay in place. And I believe, you can just stay in place. Okay. I don't like how slow that skill is. I don't like it at all. That leaves you completely exposed. But that shit looks legit. Crowd control is definitely there. So we have 2 skills that have really good range in front of him and really good crowd control. The 5 is definitely going to lock down people just with the damage, even if they have stun immunity. And this skill right here looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love it. So it looks like Groot is going to go back to being a combat type, but now, ooh! Yo, did you guys see that? This man has 6 seconds of CC already. We have 2 seconds on the 5, okay? 2 seconds on the freaking 4. 2 seconds. Oh, it's 3 seconds. Wow, that's 7 seconds of freaking CC right there, okay? That's insane. Now we got a better 2 skill. That's good. It's an iframe. And the 1 skill. The one skill has that 2 seconds of bind. Okay, lots of CC in this guy's kit. 8 seconds, I believe, in total. 8 or 9 seconds of CC on Groot. That is very, very good. So Groot is becoming more of an offensive character, even more than Baby Groot. This is really, really good, guys. Really, really good. Definitely going to consider picking this up. I didn't think they could impress me, but I am impressed, guys. The skill changes on Groot is actually really, really good. Now, the guy that I'm expecting to disappoint pretty much everyone, myself included. I clicked on something. I don't know what I'm clicking on, but it looks like he gives himself 10% increased all attack. So we're off to a good start. That is, okay, so decrease all speed. Don't like that. All defense would have been better. Let's see. So bionic combat, that's going to increase his attack. Then we got vibranium blow. Okay, so Winter Soldier is winning right now, guys. This is legit. This right here, I'm actually thinking about getting him now because I'm happy I tier 2'd him, because take a look at this, guys. 5 seconds of damage immunity. Granted, it's on a 15-second cooldown, so 7.5 seconds with max skill cooldown. But on top of that, this guy has damage accumulation. Damage accumulation, that is very, very good. Let's take a look at the 4. He can pierce super armor, barrier, shield. Ooh! Yo, Winter Soldier is legit. Winter Soldier is hold up, this skill has ignore. Yo, this is legit, guys. He can actually ignore iframes for 3 seconds. So you can use this skill and then like hit your freaking... He has fear? And he increases his dodge rate by 100%, and he buffs himself again. Yo, you see, this is why I said Netmarble don't do themselves justice when they post stuff on the forum, because I was fully expecting this man to be hot garbage. But if you take a look at these effects, unless his damage is unbelievably low, which is not low right now, the only thing he was ever lacking is survivability, he's actually going to be pretty damn good. Like, he has fear, a damage buff, a dodge buff. On top of that, he can ignore iframes. He can deal damage to you when you're in pretty much everything. And on top of that, he has damage freaking immunity and another buff. Let's take a look at these skill changes, man. Holy shit, like Bucky's already impressing me. And I fully expected to come in here and be like, yo, this guy is trash. I'm not buying him. Like, shit. Let's take a look at the range. Okay, so it's not completely one-dimensional, but this is really, really good. Let's take a look at the range again. The range is actually really, really big. Okay, so not an iframe, but a little bit of movement, and the explosion falling from the sky is actually really good CC, and then they have the fear coming down and 100% dodge rate. Like, that's actually really good. He has a super armor here from the passive, so that's good. Let's take a look at the 4. Okay, so the 4 is an iframe that triggers an ignore targeting effect. So he goes into an iframe to deal damage to you while you're in an iframe. That's legit. That's legit. And I love how he's sniping there and he's basically invisible. Like, that is legit. Yo, all of you guys who are Winter Soldier fan, you guys are winning right now. I'm gonna look at this skill again. It looks like he... Okay, so this is a skill you definitely want to use after you have the immunity up, because it's kind of slow at the start there. And I guess this is what the super armor is for, to make sure you still use this skill, because this is the skill that actually buffs him. So you want to use the 3 skill when you have a chance, and then use this. That's really good. Okay, I was gonna say the 1 skill doesn't look that interesting, but it definitely, yeah, it's a win. It's a win. This uniform, definitely I'm buying it. You can go like 3, and then you can go like 1, then 2, and then you can do like your freaking 3 for that fear and that dodge, and then that 4. Yo, this uniform, first look, it's money. It's money, guys. I'm buying this. I'm buying this. I don't know when. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up first round, but I'm buying it. So far, every uniform on this list, every uniform, Cap, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, Spider-Man, Groot, Winter Soldier, win. Now, let's get into the big boy territory, okay? Tier 2 natives. Let's start off with my girl Proxima, okay? One of the ones that was already on my must-buy list. So 6 skill changes. Was not expecting that. Take a look at the passive. Okay, so the passive we already knew about. That's the all defense that's getting changed up. Let's take a look at the rest right here. So shock damage, standard. Okay, we have the stun. Good, we're still having the stun in the kit. That's great. And we have 6 seconds of CC. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's take a look at the first thing. The most important thing for me is this. Midnight Blow. Okay, so we're going into an iframe. It's still a slow skill, but you're already in an immediate iframe. And the range, let's see if we still have the range. We still have the range. That is good. It doesn't look like it rains down as many. Or maybe it's because it's so scattered. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's as many lightning bolts as before. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I love to see it work. But you're in an iframe for the entire skill. So that's great. You're very safe there. That's one of the things I wanted. It's going to be the money skill for me. Okay. Iframe on the 4. Iframe on the 5. My girl Proxima winning. Okay. Okay, baby. We winning. We winning. I'm buying it. It's done. We have 3 iframes. 3 iframes. I'm done. Like, I don't need to see anything else. I'm done. Like, I'm done. But it looks like if you're close to the enemy, you move back into an iframe. But if you're far away, you just throw it. So keep in mind, this is one of those things where your position is going to dictate whether or not you're going into an iframe. So if you're using this skill, try to be close to the enemy, then use it to move back, then go into one of your other iframe skills. Let's take a look at the 1. I'm done, guys. I'm literally sold now. Another iframe. Let's see if this one is one that is determined by your range. So how far? Okay, I don't like that it makes you move forward to move backwards. I never like those skills. Okay, so we have 5 iframes. We have 5 iframes. And the only one that is dictated by range is the 3. I'm done, guys. I'm buying this. Like, this is getting bought. Like, I'm done. There's nothing else for me to see here. Like, Proxima, money. Money, guys. I'm going broke this update. So far, every single one of these uniforms, I need to somehow figure out how to pick them all up in the next 6 days. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Corvus, guys. Corvus, the boogeyman. All right, so let's take a look at this. Standard damage, standard. Paralysis, where's the paralysis? Hold up. Did we lose his paralysis? That was a big thing for me. Shit. Hold up. Okay, so he gets a guard. That's really good. He didn't even need that because he already had damage immunity. But the guard is definitely going to bump up his survivability even more. And he gets a damage buff on top of his uniform bonus, which is definitely one of the best uniform bonus in this entire batch. Wow. Wow. And his damage immunity actually gets increased by 1 second. Corvus. My guy. I'm definitely thinking about you right now. Let's see what the new 5 looks like. Wait, the new 5 is faster than before? He only jumps once and then immediately done. It's an iframe and then the immunity kicks in. Granted, you're wasting some of the immunity when he's standing there to trigger the rest of the skill, but the range on it is nasty. Take a look at that, guys. It's basically hitting everything on screen. Yep, everything on screen is getting hit, basically. Okay, take a look at the 4. 4 is basically... Hold up. I'm about to say... Okay, hold on. I thought 4 is basically the same. Okay, it's basically the same, but when you put it up, you're getting a guard too, so that's great. I want to see my paralysis, though. Is the paralysis still there? Because that was a big thing for... Okay, it's still there. And the skill actually looks like something... It reminds me of something. I'm going to keep using it until I figure out what... Shuri. It reminds me of Shuri. That's what it reminds me of. When Shuri's using, I believe it's her 4, where she's flying around. That's what it reminds me of. And it's an iframe, just like Shuri's. This is good. This is good. Corvus is going to be even harder to deal with now because longer immunity, he has a guard, more damage, and he still has the paralysis. That's going to be annoying. He's definitely going to become even better for timeline battle. So let's take a look at this one. This is not an iframe. This should have been an iframe because he's in the air slightly there. Like, it should have been a slight iframe, but I can't complain. So far, this man's actually Woo! Dormammu? Did anyone else see Dormammu there? I've come to bargain. Like, it's not a complete iframe, and it doesn't start off as an... Wait, hold on. It looks like it starts off as an iframe, and it is a complete iframe. Oh, shit! The movement looks like when you're moving, you can get hit. Nope. It's a complete iframe. It's Dormammu. So, Dormammu, Shuri, is Corvus. Yep. Yep, guys. Guys, this one's getting bought. I'm sorry. We're at 9 for 9 now, guys. 9 for 9. Netmarble is literally trying to make me become like VIP 6 in this update alone. Because my guy, Thanos, 5 skill changes. Flame. Why is this flame? Okay. All right, let's take a look at this one. Okay. Still have the debuff, and where's the invincibility? It better still be here. Let's see. Okay. He can pierce super. Okay, this is great. This was one of the only things Thanos was missing in this game. It's only a 70% chance, but still, it's one of the only things he was missing. So that's really, really good. I wish he had an ignored targeting skill, though. I wish he could ignore iframes. That would be amazing. Okay, so this has an 80% chance. So he has multiple skills that can make him freaking pierce this. So you can have it up all the time. He's basically going to be piercing like a mother. Holy smokes. Okay, let's actually jump in here and see what this is like. All right, guys. So first things first, I need to see that my guy still has his invincibility. Hold up. So what just happened? Did we lose the... I don't think he has the invincibility on the one anymore, you know? Because this is just the proc for his invincibility kicking in for his 4-star passive. Yeah, they took away his invincibility on that Superman punch. Like, I don't like that. And this doesn't channel anymore. I don't know how I feel about these two changes. Like, the invincibility was an intricate part for me because I knew I was always safe. Every time I use this skill, I will pull the enemy in, punch them in the face, and I'll literally spam that skill knowing they can't do a damn thing to me. Like, even if they have like freaking bind or snare immunity, like, I'll still pull them in and punch them in the face and still feel safe. Don't like that. And I don't like that he's channeling. Well, he's not channeling. And like before, you could easily like chain the 1 into the 2 and know you're safe for like a second there because he has the invincibility. I don't like that. That punch is cool, but I think it's cooler when he's like in the Secret Wars uniform because he moves to the side. This one he's just jumping in the air. So far, these 3 changes, I don't know how I feel about them. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, full iframe. Hold on, full iframe. And it's raining meteors for a good bit. Okay, so he lost the poison damage that he had here. He had multiple different effects on the 4 before, and they completely converted it into flame damage. I don't like that because there's multiple characters in the game that are immune to fire damage. Before, it was a mixture, so even if you went up against like Dormammu, you would be fine because you would be dealing like mind damage, burn damage, flame damage, all kinds of different freaking shit with the other uniforms, like poison damage, all kinds of shit. This is just now going to be flame. I don't like that. There's some CC there, but I don't like the fact that this is now just flame. Like, I don't like that at all. Shit. And this was one of my ones that I wanted to for sure buy right out the gate. I'm still gonna buy it because Thanos is my guy. So this still has the immunity and the iframe. How much faster is the damage? It's really gonna come down to whether or not the damage is there. Let's take a look at the freaking okay, so this starts off at 20%. So it goes all the way up to 35, maybe 40%. Okay, so this one has been pretty long, guys. I know. I just wanted to give you guys my first impressions here on these uniforms. I really have to think about which ones I'm gonna buy, but I can honestly tell you there is no bad uniform in this bunch. Pick the character that you're gonna have the most fun playing with, okay? All of them are very good. That's just my opinion based on testing them right here. Expect a full review for pretty much all of these characters sometime in the future, but expect one for at least 5 of them in the next week or so. But that's all for this one, man. Like always, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know which uniforms you are going to buy right out the gate, which one you already bought, which one you already tested. Till next time, boys, peace and love. And fortunately, guys, the one that I thought was going to be like the for sure one that I pick up right out the gate is giving me a hard time because I don't like the fact that they changed the 4. Like the 4, man. With the Secret Wars uniform, you're getting multiple different effects. Like you're getting poison, burn, shock, chill. You're getting everything, right? But with this new one, you're just getting burn damage, right? And there's so many freaking characters in the game, like Inferno, Dormammu, Jean, Ghost Rider. Off the top of my head, those are the ones I can think of that are going to be like basically immune to this. Whereas with this uniform that I already have, granted I could always just switch back to it, but I don't like going backwards, you know what I mean? Like going backwards in life is not something I want to do. Like, damn, and this skill actually does a good amount of damage. You can literally one-shot enemies with it. Still feel like you're going to be able to one-shot people who are not immune to fire, but I am just rambling at this point. I'm just sad. This is my train of thought. Uniform looks badass as hell. Thanos is still my guy. Still going to buy it, but it's just like, you know, it's just one of those things where you're looking forward to something and you see something about an older model that just looks better. It's like when you're buying a car. But anyways, I'm out, man. Peace.